Welcome to Sychai. We're here to talk about Marvel's Loki and my opinions and reactions to the recent trailer that came out last week. First, let's talk about Tom Hiddleston as Loki. All I have to say is, well, I mean, there's not that much to say. He's Tom Hiddleston. He's Loki. He's perfectly cast. There's nobody else in this world that could play Loki like Tom Hiddleston. He is. It's crazy that he was cast. He was trying to cast himself as Thor, which would be still interesting. I'd still like to see that. But the fact that he ended up being Loki, and for a character who's supposed to have a minor role and has grown to a point where he's got his own TV show, I know it hurts his career because he's stuck playing that role, but it's just like it's like when you're good at something, you can't stop. And again, he is amazing. He's funny. He's charismatic. He's perfect. I can't wait to see him more in this. It's gonna show him. It's gonna give him what we actually wanted, pretty much, out of the Thor movies. I hate to laugh and make that funny, but yeah, it's been the Tom Hiddleston Loki show because that's pretty much it. And now we actually have the Tom Hiddleston Loki show, so I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to see him. He's just perfect, and wow, it's just again off the page, just perfect. Next, I want to talk about Owen Wilson. He's another star, and we've seen him for years and seen him do his shtick, but I feel like now that he's gotten older, he really stood out in this trailer. He was funny. He was actually a person you look back and go like, wow, he's actually talented. Like, I mean, not saying that he's not talented. He's never talented. It's just that, wow, he really stood out in this trailer, and I can't wait to see him and see more of him. It was like I was just refreshed in my old childhood seeing Owen Wilson and seeing him in this older age. He's still got it. He's really stood out. I mean, there was a lot of things that went on in this trailer, and the fact that he stood out. I mean, other than the fact that he's Owen Wilson, but the fact that he could stand out and not like oh my god, this guy sucks, or man, he's just not got it anymore. It's like no, you're like wow, I can't wait to see him more. This is what's taking us so long to get there. That's all I'm like. What took us so long to get here? The point where we actually get to see Owen Wilson playing a role, and I'm not bothered by it. I'm super excited. So again, he really stood out. Okay, let's talk about the action scenes. Now, I know it's low key, so I'm not really expecting too much action. All I have to say about it looks good for TV production. It's not a huge standout pretty much it's not a standout since Falcon and Winter Soldier. So I think that one actually Falcon and Winter Soldier had the more action side, not that much humor, while Loki has had a lot more humor, not so much action. The action looks fun, but it's not like one where you go, oh my god, Loki's amazing, he's badass, or just like, wow, that was creative, or like, you're gonna throw back the classics like Indiana Jones. Yes, kind of like, the Steven Spielberg kind of the set pieces. It's not a set piece where it's like this rolls into another thing that rolls into another thing and another. And it's not like that, so it's more or less like the quick action like Marvel's used to doing. And that's what I gotta say about the action. Pretty much, it's not gonna stand out to a point where you're gonna go, "Oh my god, this is amazing," but at the same time, you're gonna be satisfied. And I was satisfied myself. I was satisfied by action. So that's pretty much what I have to say about the action. The next thing I have to get into is the dialogue. Now, dialogue, I have to say, stand out a lot more in this than it did in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm not gonna hark on that too much, but yeah, this dialogue in this one, it's not gonna be like any quality. You're not gonna be sitting there going like, "Wow, that moved me," but it still has a punch up humor that made Loki a fan favorite to this day. So it's got the humor, even I wouldn't even say dialogue, but more like the motion of the characters. Like if you watch to the end of the trailer, when he looks to the ground like, what do you expect? And then all those like I think they're cavemen or whatever they were, they turn and then they try to pretty much betray him, and he just looks. He has that look, but it's like, okay, how do we tangle with this dialogue, make it pristine, like just work exactly to make his character not feel like he's just out of place. And then again with Owen Wilson, when he was telling Loki, "Oh, you love to talk. You're a liar," and it's just the way he delivered it. He just had that settled confidence, but at the same time, he felt like a man out of time because he says he's been in the TVA for a long time. So I gotta say, with the dialogue, it's really punched up really well. It's got that humor. I think like almost like they pretty much looked at Tito Watiti and were like, okay, we gotta like layer it with that where he has that humor, but at the same time, it's not like just laugh out loud, like just state the obvious. It's not expositiony. Yeah, I say the dialogue is not gonna be like the perfect dialogue. Again, I said it before. I just said it before. It's not gonna be Emmy quality, but it's gonna be one where you're gonna be laughing over and over again. So that's what I gotta say about dialogue and action. Now let's talk about the plot. Now the plot could be go either two ways. Now it looks interesting. I like the fact that it looks like a heist throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of places from the sands of look like a desert and look like a plane, and then it might be going back to Asgard. So that looks interesting, and there's a lot of places they're going. But one bold statement I have to say is this could be, now I don't know until I see the show, this could be the worst or the best. Now I'm only saying that mainly because it stands out so much that it's not like it's gonna be the worst of the worst show. It's terrible, don't watch it. But I mean, like, it's either gonna be the best, like, wow, that twist really got me, and what he's doing, or it's gonna be the worst where it just kind of disappoints you. I feel like this one it stands out like Wanda and Vision more because it's we don't know what could possibly happen and the possibilities are endless. Like with Wanda and Vision, they're going through iconic TV times from the 60s to now. And this one is the heist that's taking you to all sorts of places throughout the universe and might even be through time itself. So that's a plot that you really haven't seen played out too much on TV. It's been played before a couple of times. I can't name a show in particular right now at this moment that's really borrowed from that, but this one particularly looks like it's gonna stand out, and hopefully it delivers. Because if it doesn't deliver, that's where I say it could be the worst. Because if it doesn't deliver, now I say it could be the best is if it delivers a hook and a thrilling twist that keeps you engaged from every episode. From the first episode, I think there are going to be about 6 to 8 episodes. I would say 8 episodes. We don't know yet, but I'm saying about 8 episodes, so it's going to be strong. Hopefully each episode keeps you engaged throughout time, space, and wherever they want to go. And it looks like it's just going to be a hell of a lot of fun. Hoping that's just amazing time. Well, quick and short, but I want to talk quickly about the humor. The humor in this, again, I said it a little bit earlier when I was talking about Loki and Owen Wilson. I pretty much said it multiple times. It looks funny. It's got the punch up. It's, again, like I said, with Tito Watiti, it's got that humor that's just not over the top, but it's just right there. It feels natural. The humor is great, and I love it, and I can't wait to see it. And the backstabbing scene at the end of the trailer, I mentioned that was a great moment of showing how humor cannot just not be slapstick. They're not just falling over and just smashing into things. They're really genuinely thinking of each thing that makes it funny. Another quick thing I want to get into is the villain. Now, the trailer has not really shown a prominent villain, so I'm not going to. Well, I'm just saying I haven't seen a prominent villain, so there's not much you can go off of that. It's kind of hard to tell who the villain's gonna be, what that person, he or she or whatever they want to call themselves, an entity. Hopefully, it's not a space cloud. Hopefully not. But hopefully it's a memorable villain, or maybe it just might be Loki's hubris that just is his downfall. Maybe that's the villain at all. Maybe that might make this plot even more interesting than before. But as of right now, don't know much about the villain, or if there isn't a villain, or what the villain is, whatever they are. Yeah, so this trailer didn't give me much of that to go off of. Let me just go over the overall of this show. Overall, I have to say, it looks fun. It looks amazingly fun. Visuals, I have to say, are one of the standouts from this. After seeing WandaVision trailer, Falcon and Winter Soldier, a little bit of Kamala Khan, they actually showed a little bit of that. Just a little bit of that. And I don't think they shown some pictures of, what was that? They showed a little bit of Hawkeye. Other than that, this one does stand out. Visuals are amazing. They're up there with Thor Ragnarok and Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I say, let me clear my throat. Yeah, the visuals are great. Humor is great. It looks fun. I gotta say, this show might be a standout from. Oh, actually, saying visuals looks the same, like no, not Mandalorian, but still on that par of like high quality. They spent money and they put time into this. But I gotta say, this show could stand out as one of the, not the best shows, but one of the most memorable shows. Now, it's not gonna be like one show that goes, okay, we're gonna throw out the Emmys, because I mean that's the Emmys. The Emmys have their standard of biopics and historical dramas and all sorts of things. But this one show, I think, could be the show that we remember for years to come. I feel like they're gonna do something special, but that's just going off the trailer and the hype and what we've seen from Marvel in the past. But I have to say that I'm excited. I'm a little timid and concerned, just a little bit, mainly from what is could be. But just to say that feels kind of odd because personally, I don't know where they're gonna go. Am I overhyping it? Am I underhyping it? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But what I'm saying from personally what I've seen in this 2 minute trailer is pretty much trailer teaser is that it looks fun. I can't wait to see it. Hope to see some more. But I think this is going to be a standout. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be a standout. So again, thank you for tuning in to Sychai and giving me this moment to react to the Loki trailer that came out last week. And again, thank you for this moment and hope to see you soon when I react to another trailer.